Well, hello and welcome to The Real Hernando, presented to you by Wesley Meadows Retirement Community and produced by SRP Studios Podcasting. This podcast spotlights Hernando, Mississippi's businesses, organizations, and community leaders. A heartfelt thank you to all of our incredible sponsors who make this journey possible. Visit the Sponsors tab at therealhernando.com where you'll find clickable logos for each sponsor. Simply click a logo to be directed to their website. We encourage you to support these businesses and show them some love. Please follow us at therealhernando.com for all channels and social media platforms. Now, a word from Wesley Meadows Retirement Community. Each day at Wesley Meadows is a new opportunity to serve older adults and reimagine retirement living. It is the heart of their mission that inspires their team to provide the kind of fun atmosphere and care residents would want for themselves. Experience the warm spirit and faith-based difference of Wesley Meadows. Call 662-429-2070 and schedule your visit today. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name is Derek. I'm your host today, and today we are spotlighting Emily Ridge and Elite Eyecare. DeSoto County's best optometry clinic, Elite Eyecare, sees patients of all ages. Annual comprehensive eye exams, medical exams including diabetic exams, glaucoma treatment, red eyes, emergencies, cataract evaluations, dry eye, the list goes on. Some of Emily's favorite exams are helping people into specialty contacts. Elite Eyecare is committed to providing excellent customer service and is available to meet all of your needs. Emily, thanks for joining me today. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So excited.
Fun stuff. So we technically met at a BNI chapter meeting.
You got it.
But I didn't officially meet you, but we had booths right next to each other at the last chamber luncheon, and that's the connection. And you know of some of the Dr. Clay Morton,
Yep.
And who had mentioned BNI to you, and then I think you talked to my buddy Brandon Vanderburg from Shelter Insurance as we had booths next to each other. And then sure enough, a few weeks later,
Here we are.
You visited our BNI chapter, and then the other funny part is you had emailed, I didn't know it was you, but you had reached out to the podcast page. Hey,
Probably a while ago.
How can we get on the show? I'm interested. And I hadn't had a chance to respond yet. And then you're in BNI and you're like, hey, I'm Emily from Elite Eyecare. I was like, I got a message from you, don't I? And,
I'm so bad with emails, though.
Yeah. It's all right. We made it happen, though.
We did. I'm so glad to be here.
And you mentioned that you just got back. Did you go away for the holiday?
We did. So my motto is work hard, play hard. So I'll work pretty hard for a good week, couple months. And then this last week we went to Jamaica.
Oh, that's playing hard right there. So you and your whole family, or?
It was really just my husband and I.
Okay, cool. A little getaway.
It was much needed.
Yeah, and you have kids, right?
No kids.
No kids. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, the practice is my baby right now. That's where all my time goes.
Taking all the time.
Yes.
Taking all the time, and small business can be cranky.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Definitely.
And we're going to talk about all of this. I see you're originally from Batesville.
Yep. So not too far down the road.
Mm-hmm. When did you make the move up here?
So after graduation, I graduated in 2017, and I took a job actually.
Where did you go to school?
At Memphis Southern College of Optometry up there. Mm-hmm. I did my undergrad at Delta State. Go Okra.
Go Okra.
But after graduation, I took a job up in Delaware, actually.
Oh, wow.
I did an externship up there, and I just couldn't find anything down here. I'm definitely a homebody, but I couldn't find anything that just my heart was set on. So I took the job at the extern place.
What was Delaware like for you? That must have been kind of a culture shock.
Well, actually, they call it the slower lower. So it is the north, but it's the slower part of the north.
I love
and
that.
So that's why I felt at home up there.
Yeah, it's not like Massachusetts and New York and Connecticut where it's just nonstop.
No.
The slower lower. I like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a small state. You can get to so many places for the weekend. You could go to Boston. You could go to New York. The beaches just line the whole state. So we would go to the beach all the time.
I'm from Maine.
There you go.
So it doesn't rhyme, but it's slower up there as well. It's not the slower upper. That doesn't sound as good. But Maine kind of has, it gets slow again. It's more chill. It's more country.
Yep.
But Delaware, but
and
at some point you realized, or did something open up for you down here?
It did. And so I came home in 2018, and then I worked around here for a while. I didn't really have a future, and I was trying to find a future for myself. It had always been a goal to be a practice owner. And then I worked at an MD-OD place with the ophthalmologist. Learned so much there, but still a little different. So it wasn't just a forever home. I loved it. I learned so much.
But I
still refer patients up there.
Yeah. But you knew it wasn't going to be the final thing for you.
So the dream it wasn't there quite yet. So I said, fine, I'm going to do it myself. And when did that happen for you? We opened in 2022 in July.
Wow. So 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. We have our 3rd year anniversary party coming up in a couple weeks.
Very cool. Are you doing it with the chamber?
I hope they come and visit. They take their anniversary photo with us each year.
Yeah.
So we're doing it on a Friday and Saturday. Okay. So hopefully we'll get a bunch of community involvement.
Did you let Siboney know?
Yes,
okay,
we were talking about it today.
She'll be there for sure.
She's awesome.
She's the best. Okay. Well, it's one thing to, whatever the skill is, whatever the trade is. So in your situation, it's optometry, and you've learned all the different angles to that. It's a whole other ball of wax to own your own practice or your business. What was that journey like for you? When you decided I'm starting my own, what was that next step you took?
So I had to find a location. That was important. I knew I wanted to be in Hernando. Which
is it at this one currently? 2631 Mackinville Road.
You got it.
Suite 104. Yep. I forgot to mention the phone number, 662-612-2020, 2020, which is hilarious. And then
easy to remember.
elite-eyecare.com.
Yep.
So we'll repeat that again later, and it will be in the description. But, okay, so you find 2631 Mackinville Road. I'm trying to get a visual of that. What part of Mackinville is that?
It's across from Walmart.
Okay.
In the sushi place is our neighbor, and we're right there in the shopping center beside Mississippi Eats and Bonchibo
and Club 4 Fitness, and very cool. So you find the place, but again, do you have any experience in running a business?
So that was a big learning curve, and I'm still learning every single day.
Yeah. And you will forever.
Yes. I joke all the time. I said I left a 9:30 to 4 o'clock job, and now I work 24/7, 365. Yeah. Take home paperwork all the time, but it's so rewarding.
There will be a payoff to it. You're building something that will have equity in your life.
Yes, definitely.
For sure. Yep. Because it does get easier over time as you scale up. You have more staff, right? So currently, how many people do you have working for you?
Right now, about 3.5. 1 part-time, 3 girls.
And they're all optometrists, or they're more just office?
Everybody has different jobs, yep. So we have receptionists that'll answer the phone, make appointments, optician, which helps people pick out glasses and talk about lenses, a technician that will bring the patients back and pre-test them to get ready for their exam. And it's really nice when we are full staffed, because then I can have a scribe. And so she'll sit in the room with me and chart. So I can spend more time with the patient instead of charting.
Yeah, the charting's kind of disconnecting you from them, right?
And I talk too much. So I talk to the patients too much and try to build those relationships.
That's what you should be doing, though. That's what it's all about, whether it's a doctor, a traditional doctor, or an eye doctor, if you will, the dentist. You want to have relationships with your customers, if you will, right?
And that was one of the main things I loved about optometry. Usually you go to the eye doctor and you're excited to go. You're going to get new contacts to see better. You'll get new glasses to drive better. If you break an arm or lose a tooth, you sort of dread going to the doctor. And we can see those patients year after year and build those relationships and help them their whole life. Now I'm there full time. So I've been there full time for about a year. So we're pretty steady all day. When I first started out, I sort of split time between where I am now and another practice just to build the days up.
Okay.
So now it's...
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yep. So you didn't just cut ties completely from your past job. You slowly blended the two until Elite Eyecare could pay the bills and do its thing. Yeah. Well, good for you. So now you said about over a year now, it's been full time.
I started last July is when I started full time over at Elite.
Okay. Yeah. What is it about optometry that gives you that passion?
So, I mean, giving a child their first pair of glasses, as soon as you put the machine up to their eyes and their smile lightens up, that's fun. Having somebody coming in with blurry vision and they don't know what's going on, you can find a systemic disease that's causing it. You could save lives from a tumor. That's very scary. But I've found melanomas before.
Wow. And they wouldn't have known it without getting an exam.
Just an annual eye exam. Yeah. The specialty contacts are my favorite.
And why is that?
So they can change a life also. Some people come to the clinic and they say, I've never been able to wear contacts. My glasses get in the way. I'm outside. They sweat. I'm at a computer all day. I can't see my computer. I wear readers on top of my contacts. But there are multifocal, bifocal contacts. People have been told they could never wear contacts again because of their prescription, because it's too strong. There are hard contacts that are actually my favorite because their eye might be really scarred, so they cannot see. They might have a disease is called keratoconus, and it's where the eye is shaped like a cone. So glasses can't help that eye see. Regular contacts can't help you see. So they've gone 20, 30 years without seeing. They can't drive. They can't work. And we put these specialty contacts on, and they can see again.
It just lights their world up, I'm sure.
Some start crying. Some just jump up and give a hug. I have chills already.
Yeah. Have you ever seen these videos where kids, sometimes young adults, see color for the first time?
I have seen those.
That's pretty wild. Now, I'm technically colorblind, but not to that degree.
Gotcha.
You know, like I see color, but I fail the colorblind tests, the blotch colors.
Maybe just a faint color vision.
Yeah, and I can't match clothes. I got to ask my daughter or my girlfriend, does this match? And they're like, no, Dad, doesn't.
Okay. Like, no, go change.
No, it doesn't work. I'll hold it. Look at, honey, this is a cool blue shirt. Derek, it's purple. It's like, damn.
So you need to come get your eye exam and we can test all that for you.
I never actually got tested on how to maybe correct that. I don't know if obviously there is a way with going back to those videos, but that's extreme situations where they see gray, right? Literally black and white, colorless. I can't imagine what it's like. It's like the scene in Wizard of Oz, right? Everything. It must be so intense for them to see color like that. But I have my history with eye issues. I was so blind growing up. I was that kid in junior high. Got my first set of glasses. Did the contacts back and forth. And then my mom, God love her, got me LASIK. And
that's nice.
And again, it goes back to how it can change your life seeing properly. And because
that next day you woke up, you were probably so happy to be able to see. And
it took a couple days for the surgery. You know, this is 20 years ago now. So, it was an odd experience, but grateful for it. But my eyesight was 20/400.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
blurry. You could see the big E maybe.
It was awful, you know. So, and I always get it wrong. I couldn't see far, so that's nearsighted, right?
You got it. Yep.
But even though if I took my glasses off, I couldn't read this page in front of me.
Yeah. Well, fun fact. So another contact that I've started to use is you wear it at nighttime. You're not supposed to sleep in your contacts. Fun fact. Everybody listened to that comment today.
But I used to fail at that sometimes.
But these contacts, it's a hard one, and you sleep in it, and you wake up. It changes the shape of your cornea. So when you wake up, you don't have to have correction.
And you take it out after you wake up. Total opposite.
Total opposite. So It's really good for kids that are growing up getting into glasses that are nearsighted. It can help slow the progression of myopia. And you sleep in that contact. There's a bunch of rules, so we go over everything.
Yeah.
But once you take that contact out, you can see without glasses or contacts throughout the day.
Wow. Because I remember when I would fail, and sleep with my contacts in for a number of different reasons, probably alcohol involved.
It happens.
It's so dry, foggy, you're like peeling them off your eye, right? But then I grew up with my mom and her siblings wearing those old school hard contacts. You just mentioned that now there's like a new version of the hard, but back then, if you slept with those old school hard, it was bad. It was, bad.
Yeah, so the material is different now.
Okay.
Yep.
It's fascinating to me. So now there's a hard contact that you have to wear sleeping.
Yeah.
Total opposite.
Total opposite.
Interesting.
Yep.
So then that sets them up for the whole day, the next day. So they can see fine and not have to wear glasses or have anything in their eyes.
You got it.
Interesting.
They're my new favorite. I love specialty contacts, but these are my new fave.
Are those the newest? Is this the newest form?
Been around for quite a while, but this year we've started to bring them to the practice.
Oh, okay. So now you're offering them. Okay. How about contacts that, people need it to see, but they want to change the color of their eyes?
Yep, those are still out there.
Is that a common thing?
Yep.
What are those called?
We had a patient today with all that.
What are those? Does that have a certain term or name or?
Just certain brands.
Yeah.
Usually we fit Air Optics colors. That's a pretty popular one.
I've had dark brown eyes, obviously, all my life, but it'd be hilarious if I walk into a room with crystal blue eyes. People are going to be like, who are you? We're
going to do it for the next BNI meeting.
Crystal blue eyes. I'll put on a toupee. They won't even know who it is. Well, let's talk about, back to school deals. And then you also mentioned you do sunglasses. Are these prescription sunglasses?
We have in the optical, we have Ray-Bans, Costas, a bunch of different other brands. And those you can buy off the wall, just regular sunglasses, or we can put your prescription in them. So either way. Yeah. Right now, for the summertime, we're offering 50% off on all sunglasses.
You heard that, folks.
Yep.
And this by the time this comes out, it's still July.
Exactly.
So it goes through August, the deal?
What is this now? The beginning of July till school starts.
Okay. Yeah. Which starts on July 31st,
that blows
by the
my
way.
mind.
God, they just keep creeping.
I know.
Closer and closer and closer.
It's not fair.
Going back to Maine, where I'm from, after Labor Day. You start school in September. And I always knew down in the South, it was always like mid-August. It was kind of like just a month off, but every year it's getting closer, and now we're officially starting in July.
It's not fair.
I know.
Not fair at all.
I wonder if they're going to move, because I think Tate County is doing the year-round school now.
I heard that was a thing recently.
Yeah, a lot of areas are doing that, and I don't know. It just seems like they're trying to creep towards that.
Yeah, pros and cons. Probably some teachers would like it, some would not like it.
I don't know. My daughter's a senior. I got one more. I'm done.
Lucky.
One kid. She's almost done. I'm on the back nine. School's going to be done soon. Then we got to deal with college. Oh, thank you. She's a newly licensed and insured motorist. Has her car now. So
how does Dad feel about that?
I'm good. I'm good. We had a good, strong year with the permit. I taught her, I trust her. She's a good kid. She's got a job now. So it's relieved a lot of pressure logistically, because of she's in choir and job and friends, and it's constantly needing rides. Yeah. I'm like, when is this going to get easier? Right. Now it's getting easier, but big kid, big problems, right? Now, Dad, I got a flat tire. I'm stranded. Oh, here we go. That hasn't happened yet. But so back to school deals. We just mentioned those, right? Or is that the sunglasses?
We talked about sunglasses. So pediatrics, kids getting into their first pairs of glasses is very important for me too. Okay. So we want to get these kids seeing good for school. 80% of what a child learns comes from their eyes. And if they are blurry, if they're having headaches, if they have muscle problems and their eyes don't focus together, they're not going to perform like they should in school. Yeah. So right now we're trying to get all the kids in before school, and kids tend to break their glasses.
I did constantly. And my daughter has glasses too.
Yeah. So any kind of second pair for a kid is a 50% off for them too.
Yeah, because That second pair will be needed.
It will.
I promise you, young parents out there, if your kid's going to start wearing glasses, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen big time.
I mean,
sports, all that.
Yeah, and that was me.
They throw them in their backpack.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was me in middle school. I think I was in 5th grade or something like that, 6th grade. Couldn't see the chalkboard. Back when they had chalkboards, right? And I was like, this is blurry. And I told my mom, I was like, I'm having trouble reading the chalkboard. And that's when it all started. Yeah. But much like my daughter did, I got that first pair, felt weird, embarrassed, go to school, and then not wear them. Mm-hmm. And then that doesn't help. Right? So your eyes are getting worse. And then you get a second pair because now your prescription is stronger.
Because it got a little worse.
And then you don't stay on top of it. And then you lose them or break them. But same with my daughter. At some point in our separate lives, it got to a point where like, I can't avoid the glasses anymore. So now she's a daily wearer too. Is there any overlap with what you do and LASIK surgery?
Not necessarily. I mean, if somebody is not having to wear their glasses anymore, they still need to get the health of their eyes checked. Sometimes after LASIK, you have dry eye. Sometimes you have glare issues. If they're diabetics, I mean, they still need to be seen annually. So we still need to check for any kind of silent ocular diseases that you might not know are happening.
So what is the connection with diabetes and eyesight? What's going on there? How does that work?
So the lens, like a camera has a lens in it, your eye does too. And in early stages of diabetes, when the sugars are going up and down and fluctuating, the lens in your eye can change. It can make you blurry, and it's an unexplained blur. It's not a prescription change. It's their own eye. So that can be an early sign that brings them in. And as it progresses and the A1C goes up, the blood vessels all in your body, whatever's going on in your body is going to happen in your eye. And the eye blood vessels are tiny, so sometimes those are the first affected, and they can bleed, they can hemorrhage, they can leak. That could lead to a retina detachment. Yeah, and that's stuff we need to catch early.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where you discovered someone had diabetes because of an eye exam? Like they didn't even know they had diabetes, and you can tell through an eye exam. You
can. So early signs, if there's a little bit of bleeding and hemorrhaging in the eyes, or they have that big blur and prescription jump that's not normal for their age, or it's not making sense with their glasses. We say, hey, let's go get that A1C checked. Let's go talk to your primary care doctor.
Yeah, so I want to go back to, because I'm an entrepreneur and I love the entrepreneurial story. And it always goes back to, you can have the trade and be very knowledgeable in it, but no experience in actually starting a business. Right down to, where do I go to get a business license? How do I start an LLC? What do I need to do? Am I doing this right? Nope, I didn't do this right. Taxes, the whole thing.
So many things.
It's a lot, and
they don't teach you that much in school about those different things.
No, and I'm learning as I go too. I'm LLC now 6 years.
That's awesome.
2 different locations for my studio, and I'm constantly making mistakes, right? You're learning as you go. But
you learn from those mistakes and you do better. And
what was that first real big challenge outside of your trade, the entrepreneurial business owner side of things? What was that first big challenge that if there was one? I would gather there was, but
once I had my heart set on the location, negotiating with the lease, negotiating with contractors.
Because you had to build out, right?
Yep. We had to I think it was a dentist clinic before I moved in. So we had to gut the whole place. So making those decisions, where we want to put counters, where we want to put sinks, that was a big thing. Loans, dealing with business loans, I feel like there's not a dumb question in the world, but I always have dumb questions.
No. All questions are good questions.
Yeah, so just talking to accountants and figuring out about taxes and all the business side of it all.
And look, it's easier for me to build a studio when I'm dealing with just microphones and cameras and everything. Yeah, there's some money in here. But to build an eye place, I mean, you have very expensive equipment in there.
Well, I was sort of lucky. I did splurge on one of our big machines that scans the back of the eye, but I was lucky to get some used equipment. So, I mean, in your cold start days, you try to save as much money as you can.
Yeah, but I mean, still, your upstart's different than mine.
Yeah, because you have to buy your frames to put them on the wall. And so that was a big investment too.
Sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
painting the whole place, my parents and my brother and myself, we painted that whole office, all the walls. Because again, I was trying to save money.
Oh yeah, that's what you do.
And so, I mean, looking back now, we're like, no, we're never going to do that again. But we painted every single wall in that office.
But hey, you saved a ton of money. After the build out and everything was in place, did you ever have moments where you were like, oh man, I wish I would have maybe made that little room bigger? Did you have moments like that?
Not quite yet, because I still have one exam room that we can open up whenever we grow a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't.
Is it storage? Is it storage right now?
You probably don't want to look in that closet
yet. But you have the space, which is great.
Mm-hmm. So we can still grow.
Yeah. When you get to it in a situation where you can't grow anymore, well, that's not good, right? Like you need to be able to expand.
That's a good.
It's a good problem to have, but I think you don't want to grow too fast.
Yeah.
You know, if you had a smaller space and you maxed out your space, but then not enough money was coming in to really thrive, what are you going to do? Now you have to reinvest in a whole other space and move.
Or find another location.
Yeah.
And you could buy a place, because I'm still renting, so you could buy a whole new building or something like that.
And look, Hernando is not easy to lease commercial space in because everyone wants to be here. Yep. And it thrives down here.
It's growing like crazy.
Yeah, and businesses do well down here. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to find an open space. So when you get one, you're like, I'm holding on to this thing, you know. Yep. Did you have to sign a long-term lease?
Yeah, but in my head at that time, I was fine with it.
Yeah, you're committed.
And I mean, I tried negotiating, had to learn all those skills. So there was ways I could negotiate it to say, hey, if I really need to get out. Lots goes into ownership, staffing, opening up all the accounts for contacts, glasses. There's so many things that goes into it.
So far, so good. Mm-hmm. And you're loving it, aren't you?
Yes,
you seem like a very happy person.
I try to be.
Do you handle stress well?
I mean, I try to. Time management is what I'm really trying to work on these days.
Like you said, you work hard, play hard. So Jamaica really just washed it away, didn't it?
Yes.
How long were you down there for?
For 5 nights, I think.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get in the crystal clear water?
We did. And ate a lot of jerk chicken.
There you go.
We're big foodies, so we got all the food.
There you go. I've spent a lot of time in Virgin Islands. It's so pretty down there. The water's amazing. You can see 30 feet down. Wild. Did it rain a little bit every day?
Honestly, no. We had a little bit of rain one day, but we got pretty lucky with the weather.
I mean, because I went to St. Croix 2 different times, each time for a full month on the job I was on. Full month?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and back when I was a full-time musician, I got paid to play in a band down there. I mean,
that's so cool.
Spoiled. Totally spoiled.
Hashtag goal.
Oh, my God. But it would rain a little bit every day.
Yeah.
And it would just go, it just like flush right through, and then it's right back to 85 degrees and sunny every day. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love to travel.
So what's the future hold here? Like, what's this next phase, next step that you're looking to do to get to that point where you can empty out your storage room and scale that way? Yeah,
so we're just trying to grow every day. We're trying to get people in the door to make their appointments. We're pretty steady with our schedules right now. So we work Monday through Friday, some Saturdays, 1 or 2 Saturdays a month.
Okay.
But just still learning the business side, learning how to make more profitability, treating our patients right. I mean, that's a big thing so that everybody wants to come back to see us.
Absolutely.
Word of mouth is a huge thing in these small towns.
And it's also trust. Like, you want to feel comfortable, like you said, going to see a doctor and feeling comfortable with them. That's everything.
Yes, so that you want to go back and you want to bring your kids and you want to tell your mom, hey, go visit that clinic.
Yeah, it can be generational and more family members. That word of mouth, like you said.
Yep.
So elite-eyecare.com, is that the best way to book an appointment?
Yeah, you can book online. You can text our phone number. You can call us. Yep.
Again, the number is 662-612-2020. 2020.
2020, because
Hindsight is 2020, everybody. Located at 2631 McInville Road. Yeah, in the same complex as, there's also a virtual arcade place next to you, right?
And Dr. Dye, the chiropractor's our neighbor.
Yep, Dr. Dye. Yeah, so everyone knows Mississippi Eats.
Yep.
Club 4 Fitness, Blanchibo.
Yep.
Go grab a sandwich and then have an eye appointment.
Exactly.
Is there anything we're leaving on the table here? Is there anything else that you want to, that we haven't mentioned yet that you feel like you're experts at? What makes you different? Is there anything we're missing here before we stop, before we end?
We hit on a lot of topics. I mean, we see all ages.
Okay.
We're also part of a program called Infancy. So any infant up until 12 months gets a free eye exam.
Oh,
so
wow.
a bunch of parents don't really realize how soon their babies need to be checked. So
Yeah, I never thought that young. Wow.
And at that time, we're checking for any kind of early diseases, early cataracts that need to be caught really early. A high prescription, if they need to be in glasses when they're really young, we need to find that early so there's not a lazy eye down the road. Every patient's different, depends on what type of lazy eye.
Yeah.
But the sooner we catch it, the better the vision can be down the road.
Good deal.
So we see all ages from 6 months up into 106. Any kind of eye issue, eye pain, glasses, troubleshooting. If they're hurting behind your ears, we'll adjust any kind of problem for you.
You're making me realize I should probably get checked because I haven't in 20 years. I have not had an eye doctor appointment in 20 years.
Yep.
I never needed it.
After this, you got to call us, text us at that 2020 number.
Well, thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and please come to BNI again.
Of
come
course.
see us.
Yes.
Come hang out.
Yep.
And I would love it if we could help you grow your business. So, I mean, let's have a little BNI moment here. Who's a good referral source for you? Are there other companies that you like to work with that pair well with you that could be a referral source for you?
We talk to a lot of primary care doctors. So they refer us for eye exams because they have diabetes. Kaylin Seal sends us a lot of patients. Bagwell Clinic, we work pretty closely with them.
Okay.
Chiropractor is a big thing. So somebody with headaches due to their computer work all day, due to their eye strain, we refer a lot of people to chiropractors. Neuro. I don't know if there's any neuro people in BNI. So maybe we could get more medical.
What's neuro?
Neurology. So if any kind of primary care clinics, all the medical clinics around need to be involved.
Well, you heard it, folks. If you know of anyone else that works in those fields, send them to Elite Eyecare. Well, good deal. Pleasure having you in the studio.
You. This was awesome. Thank you.
Was it easier than you thought?
It was, because I get nervous about these things.
You're fine. You're fine. I promise you, no one mumbles in this microphone more than myself. So
you're a good podcast host.
Thanks. Well, great. So again, thank you, Emily, and thank you to the audience for listening and watching. You can follow us at therealhernando.com. There you can find our network links for Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's right. We are hip up in here on TikTok.
We don't have a TikTok account yet.
Oh,
we've got to get one.
I know a guy that can help you with that.
Okay, perfect.
All right. And again, a heartfelt thank you to all of our incredible sponsors who make this journey possible. Visit the sponsors tab at therealhernando.com, where you will find clickable logos for each sponsor. Simply click a logo to be directed to their website. Please patronize their businesses, please. Thank you again to those watching and listening, and have a great day.